Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring Owyhee Opal. Now you may have heard of the Owyhee Mountains, the Owyhee Desert, even the Owyhee River, sometimes known as Snake River, that runs through Nevada, Idaho and Oregon. But have you heard of Owyhee Opal? This was a variety of opal that was discovered in 2003 and is very, very rare, but really, really beautiful if you've managed to get yourself a piece. Now, unlike spectacularly dazzling blue opals, maybe like the one that I'm wearing now, or Andean blue opal, this has a really soft and gentle, almost powder blue color. But one thing to be really clear on is something that is gentle or soft doesn't mean it's not powerful. And as we kind of dive through this variety of opal, you're really going to come to expand how gentleness can be really quite powerful. Now, opals aren't actually crystals. They don't have a crystalline structure, but because of their beauty and the powers that have been found throughout the generations by our ancestors, they're still allowed to hang out with the crystal family, just like the obsidians are. So today, we're going to dive in and work out how you can work with your Owyhee Opal to bring power and peace into your life. Being a soft blue color, Owyhee Opal is associated with the throat chakra. Now, this isn't going to bring this powerful yelling and screaming kind of self-expression, but more so a bit of grace. I like to think of the energy of Owyhee Opal kind of like the soft, gentle power of still water. Still really powerful, still quite magical, but really, really nice. We're going to work with Owyhee Opal if you tend to have a bit of an underactive throat chakra. Maybe you're scared to speak up because you're scared you might say something stupid. Maybe you feel a bit indecisive and you're not sure what to say. Whenever you find that you can't express what you want, then Owyhee Opal is going to help to calm you so that you can feel comfortable just saying what you need. Owyhee Opal is really great for people that tend to bite their tongue or tend not to speak up when they think that it might cause some problems, or it might kind of backfire in their face. So, when we often don't like to speak up, when we don't want to say what we want, it's often because we haven't, maybe as a child, seen a healthy form of managing conflict. Maybe you were in a family where there was lots of yelling and screaming and maybe even abuse. And so you've decided you don't want to be like that and you swung the pendulum the other way and you never want to be any instigator of any disagreement. Or maybe your parents never fought and you never actually see someone healthily decide and work out how to resolve conflict. Now in life, conflict is inevitable. Arguments are optional. And Owyhee Opal allows us to gently bring things up to the surface, to be aware that we need to speak about them, and then to feel confident bringing them up to people that we trust and feel that we can speak to them about, and start to find a resolution in a healthy and peaceful way so that we are, rather than burying emotions and causing other issues within our body, then we can actually express them and get resolution and actually grow closer to people as we work through those challenges. Sometimes we get a sore throat, laryngitis and different things like that. Even asthma, it's often an inflammation of this area. Whenever that happens, an Owyhee Opal placed on there for a little while or worn as a pendant can be really powerful and helping to bring some calm energy to that center. Kything is a term that not everyone is familiar with. When it comes to communication, often we're thinking about a one-way direction. We're maybe delivering our message to people. Maybe we're receiving divine guidance. Maybe telepathically we're trying to send healing energy or a certain message to someone, or we're wanting our angels or our guides to deliver some guidance to us. Kything is about two-way communication. It can be about a telepathic bond and forming a telepathic bond with another individual so that you are kind of talking to each other without using your mouth, or also kind of entering into a dialogue with the universe or someone in your spiritual team. That's your angels, your guides, your ancestors, your animal totems, and so on. Owyhee Opal facilitates this. To be able to do this, we need to be able to express ourselves in a powerful way, yet also listen. Owyhee Opal is a lot more softer in its communication form as opposed to something like aqua aura quartz or blue apatite, those really vibrant blue crystals. So when you want to have this kything, kind of achieve kything, and you want to have that two-way effect, then try wearing or even placing the Owyhee Opal up on the third eye chakra. You can even practice sending messages with someone you're spiritually, like a spiritual brother or sister, with the Owyhee Opal, trying to enhance that. Maybe when you need to talk to each other from long distances without actually speaking, each hold an Owyhee Opal. Or if you just like to connect, especially with your angels or anyone from your spiritual team a bit more, then wearing or carrying or meditating with a Owyhee Opal will help to enhance that. I want to share with you a crystal layout that I use sometimes in healing that you can use for yourself or someone that you care about. Of course, it's going to include some Owyhee Opals. You're going to need 3. You're going to place 1 in each hand and 1 on the throat chakra. Then take a celestite and put that on the thymus, so a little bit lower. You're going to put a tanzanite on the third eye chakra and place a Herkimer diamond on the crown. By the hips, place a piece of Larimar, 1 on each side. And at the shoulders, a piece of aquamarine. You'll put seraphonite at each elbow, a shungite at the base at each foot, and 2 bits of calcite over the kidneys. This will help you to expand, to listen, and to shed any fear, and can be really great when you or someone else is feeling a lack of confidence expressing themselves. Lay there with these crystals upon yourself or on the person for about 15 to 20 minutes. And what you will find after a while, and doing this maybe once, twice, or a few times, that person will start to feel more confident in expressing themselves and communicating, not only with the people in their life, but also two-way communication with the universe, their angels, their guides, and the spirit world. So give this grid a shot. And if you don't have all those crystals, then look for a crystal of a similar color to kind of substitute. Any blue crystal will work for most of them. So in summary again, you've got a Owyhee Opal on the throat chakra and in the hands, celestite on the thymus, tanzanite on the third eye, Herkimer diamond on the crown. By the shoulders, 2 aquamarines. By the hips, 2 Larimar. By the elbows, 2 seraphonite. At the soles of the feet, a shungite on each, and over the 2 kidneys, blue calcite. Give that one a shot, or try some substitutes, and let me know in the comment section how you find it. Throughout the centuries, the idea of spellwork has sometimes got a bad name, but guess what? Every time you blow out your birthday candles and make a wish, it's a spell. A spell is just using different tools and symbology and things that hold a certain energy to bring about your will. It can be a candle, it could be a crystal, it could be an essential oil. But Owyhee Opals are really beautiful at helping to increase the power of your spellwork. Like a broken record, I've been emphasizing that this is a crystal of communication, but gentle communication. And we talked a moment ago about Kything. In order to be effective in our spell work, we want to make sure that we are sending and voicing our intentions out into the world. But we also want to make sure that they are in alignment with the divine principles and that they're in harmony. If we are wishing for something or putting an energy out there that isn't in alignment, that isn't for the greatest good of all concerned, then it's going to butt against obstacles quite often or come back and not work harmoniously. By being in tune with that, by working with a Owyhee Opal, and then that gentle, respectful, gracious communication, whether you actually speak the words that you desire or are doing some creative visualization, a Owyhee Opal is going to facilitate this whole process of the listening, but also the powerful yet graceful communication. So whenever you're doing creative visualization, magic, spell work, sending out an intention into the world and want to communicate with the universe around you rather than just dictate, grab your Owyhee Opal. Just like crystals, it's a really good idea to cleanse your Owyhee Opal if you've got a brand new piece or if you've been using it a lot and maybe overworking it. Now, there are different ways you can cleanse each of your crystals and your opals as well as your obsidians. When it comes to blue opals and a Owyhee Opal, I love to use the element of water. In fact, most opals are about 5 to 6% water anyway, so they really align with this energy. Now, you can safely put opals in water, so you want to form or find a natural form of water. Rainwater, seawater, stream water, lake water, whatever that may be. Now, if you happen to be around Oregon where it's found and you can actually get to the Owyhee River, that would be absolutely amazing. But if you're elsewhere in the world, don't worry, just get a natural form. That's gonna be far better than something out of the tap where the water's been disturbed and doesn't quite have the new beautiful blessing energy to it. So try that and give it a bit of a cleanse. Now you can also bring in other gifts of nature as well. You know I love working with essential oils, and the essential oil that really steps forward when I'm reaching for Owyhee Opal is German chamomile. German chamomile is very, very soothing, very, very powerful. It has that bright blue color in the oil as well, and so it works really well with this Owyhee Opal and that kind of throat chakra energy, but it's also an oil of wisdom. That wisdom that comes through that illumination of being quiet, shutting up, and listening. So combined, these two work really well in communication and in Kything. If you want to work with the animal kingdom and bring in or invite in a totem that can give you a bit of guidance, then go with the bluebird. Opals have a childlike and a playful energy, and the bluebird is often also associated with happiness and optimism. Now, being a blue bird, it's obviously going to be associated with the throat chakra as well. And anything with wings is about expression and expansion. And as I talked about before, Owyhee Opal helps those that are scared to speak powerfully, confidently, and not to be scared at all. Astrologically, being an opal, this one I would say would probably be associated with Neptune. Now Neptune's ruling day or power day is Friday. So if you want to do any spell work, any Kything, any telepathic work, it's going to be supported when you do it on a Friday. Now, Owyhee Opal is a little bit of a rare opal. Have you got it in your collection? I'd love to hear about your experience with it. Please share in the comment section below and we can all learn from each other. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.